Give us a few clean laps to get our fuel numbers.
Yo.
What up? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Oh, feeling really good. You eat your patch?
I did, yes.
No.
Now I got to bring up the things too.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where to put it.
Sorry, mouthful. I was thinking like almost just grabbing like a separate piece of cloth, like almost making like just like a Boy Scout type looking sash almost deal, like just something that exclusively exists to hold those patches.
For that purpose,
Has
yeah.
it has no other function. It's just hey, look, there's the things I've done.
I have chosen poorly.
Why?
I'm in the Ford GT.
Oh yeah, I logged in, but I haven't even been near the rig yet.
Yeah, I have chosen so poorly.
That's funny. Well, you're not stuck with it this week. Or for this week.
Right. I'll race it this week, but I may, it may come to me. I don't know. I'm having fun, man. That's what I'm supposed to do.
It's allegedly really fast in a straight line, right?
It is a fucking rocket ship in a straight line.
Well, like, as long as you can get it around Parabolica, 80% of this track is a straight line. You only need to be able to make the move into turn one and then just be in the way until it's time to go fast in a straight line again.
Problem is, it also does not stop well. So there's that.
So you're going to make the move before turn one breaking point.
Yeah.
You've been out driving Andy's car around?
All day yesterday. We went out, and I am not joking when I say it is her car. Like, That's it. If she allows me to drive it, cool. I'm going to drive it. But it's one of those things where I'm going to ask for permission. I'm not telling people it's my car and she's driving. None of that.
No, that's her car, yeah. It was a good choice, too.
I think so. I just tried to... I can't even say point her in the right direction. It was from when I was looking at cars, and I went into Audi, and I was like, these are the TTRS, RS3, those are the cars I'm looking for. And they kept me on the list. And while we were actually still in the hotel in Florida, they called me up, and they said, hey, we've got an RS3 available. And my initial response was, I already bought, my car. I'm good. And then it hit me. I was like, hey, Annie can go check this out. It's a sedan. It's 4 doors. It's what she's looking for. It's a little quicker, but, it'll probably still be a good op. So I sort of convinced her to at least go look at it and see if it's something that she was interested in.
Is it a 24?
No. It's a 19.
Okay. I had no idea. You can't tell because they haven't done a facelift in a while.
Hey, sounds like Porsche.
Yeah. I mean, don't fix what isn't broken.
Truth. But she went in and she sat down, and we didn't even leave the parking lot. And she was like, yeah, I like this. And then we went out, and one of the first things she said was, it's going to be really easy to get a ticket in this. And I agreed 100%. And it's fully decked out, Napa leather everywhere. Like, the entire Speedo is all electronic. There are no analog gauges on it anywhere. And I think that's really cool. No touch screen, which I think she's okay with.
Especially it sounds like coming from the hellscape of a fucking display center that she had. Probably going back to something traditional was like the greatest feeling in the world.
Every single thing is an actual physical. Yes, I am telling you about your super cool car. She's doing a little dance right now.
No, it's a great choice. I really do. Like that's a legit, like, that is a car person's car sedan choice. If we were looking for a sedan, that was on the list for us as well.
And that was what it was for me. Like, and Annie wanted a backseat and a trunk and all that other stuff because she goes to the gym, she does grocery shopping and stuff like that. So like,
That's why for us it was a wagon or a crossover was the answer, but it was a limited number of wagons or crossovers that were options.
Unbeknownst to me, which I like and also dislike at the same time, she had been looking for cars, but didn't let me know. Which one side of the coin, awesome thing, because I would have been in the weeds looking at everything. But the other side of that same coin, I would have been in the weeds looking at everything, you know?
I did it like I was like a market research consultant for Carrie when she was choosing her Subaru. I was like, okay, so I want you to describe to me in 10 words what you want the car to feel like. And then also tell me what you're going to use it for. and then, okay, based upon your responses, I believe the following cars fit within your criteria. And it took us a goddamn year. It took us a year, which was fun. Don't get me wrong. I am always down for going to a car dealership and test driving cars. I love that shit. Because I got no issue getting out of the car and going, yeah, we're not doing anything today. Thanks for your time. And then walking away.
It was super cool because when he called, one of the first things I asked was, hey, what is the price point? Because I know it's an RS3, or I know it's RS, and that adds automatically like fucking $20,000. And he's like, no, it's gonna be about 40. And I was like,
oh shit,
about 40.
I was actually gonna say 50. Yeah, I was gonna guess 55 to 60.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean when you say about 40? Like 41 or 49? Because those two are two different things.
Yeah, they both start with a 4, but the ending number is not going to be the same.
Yeah, and the guy that was talking to me over the phone in Florida, he jumped the gun, and he was like, oh, it'll be about 42. And I was like, bet, I'll be there. I will be there to look at it. Whether I'm with Andy or not, I'm coming to look at it. We got there, and Abel, he was the guy that I was talking to before. Jacob is the one that called me. He's like, yeah, Jacob really jumped the gun, and he kind of told you some stuff that we hadn't talked about yet. And I was like, this is what he told me, though, and that's the only reason why I'm here. So we gonna honor this, or what's your plan? And he went and talked to the manager, and the manager stuck to it and said, this is what it is. This is what he told you. So this is where we are. And I was like, all right, bet. And
what kind of mileage on it?
40,000.
50K, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
40,000. Yeah,
it's 40,000 miles, right, Andy? Yeah, 40,000.
Shit, that's a great car.
Yeah,
under 50K out the door for a 40,000 mile RS.
Yep.
Was it an Audi dealer you bought it from too?
It was. They did Audi's version of the PPI, and it came back all green.
Is it a CPO as well? Like, do you get a CPO warranty and everything with it too?
We don't, unfortunately, because it's out of the factory warranty. We could have gotten one, but they were trying to bundle it in with a bunch of other shit. And Andy, being the lawyer type, was like, we're not playing that game.
No, that's pretty good. I mean, to be honest with you, that's less than we paid for the Subaru. So,
and like I said, it is completely decked. One of the super, super nice things is it's got Audi's magnetic suspension. So throw it into comfort, and it's as great to drive as like an A3. Like, just super smooth everywhere.
Well, and you guys are in the position to be able to do the one thing that you have to do if you're going to own a German car, and that's take it to be maintained and always get the maintenance that they tell you it needs every time. Like, I know it sounds stupid. Why do we need to update this switch? The switch is still working fine, because the switch has to be updated every 70,000 miles. You have to update the switch, and you just do it. And then that thing will run for fucking ever.
That was the thing. So one of the other questions that I asked right when I got there was it modified? I need to know that. And the dude was like, yes,
been changed.
It was modified. He returned it to stock. And I'm like, I don't like that answer. What was modified? Like, I need to know exactly what was on this that was modified. And he's like, he did no motor work, no nothing, no engine work. And I was like, okay, pop the hood, let me see. Like I want to see the entire engine bay. And I did my little over the top inspection just to see if any bolts were removed or anything like that, see any wrench marks, and I couldn't find any.
Anything at all, yeah.
And I've got a buddy down here that all he does is work on German vehicles, Audis specifically, but he'll do Porsche and stuff like that. So I'm going to take it to him on Monday and say, hey, I need you to go over this and let me know what was changed. Granted, we can't take it back now, which is fine, but I can at least know if there was like a bunch of stuff worked on. I can know, all right, this is what we need to look out for.
And that's probably your shop then too, is that guy. If
Yeah,
it's not
that
under
guy is
factory
the
warranty, that'll be your shop. And that'll be good because you'll get the real maintenance, the early maintenance, the scheduled maintenance. Like he'll be able to tell you all the stuff. Hey, the factory says we change this every 10,000 miles. I'll tell you, we should actually change it about every 8. And we should also do this bolt, this housing, and this thing at the same time because it's going to go 5,000 miles later, and let me do this to make your life easier kind of thing. Like that's the shop that you need. So that's good.
He is the guy. I mean, he sponsored the Evo for a while doing autocross. Like I had his name all over the car, Project Sick One. And
nice.
This is all he does. He does Porsches. And when I say like high end Porsches, like not mine. People bring their GT3 RSs and shit to him.
Yeah, well, and if he's more of an Audi specialty over a Porsche specialty too, that's even better because I'll tell you from my time with my S4 as well as the 2 rebuilds I did on the damn the bi-turbo S4 that my friend Josh had, Audi, even more than Porsche, builds these fucking special tools to do all the work. You need a mechanic who has all of that shit and understands all that shit and how it all works. And the only option other than a factory is not necessarily even a German car specialist, but a German car specialist who specializes in Audi. So that's really good to have that sitting waiting for you as well.
And
hey, on this note, I'm actually going to sit down on my rig. Can I switch over to my headset there, and I'll talk to you in Discord in a second. I'll be right back. Just want to swap to the computer.
Yo.
Go.
So Annie was looking at all these other cars and she told me that she was thinking about getting into a Porsche. And at the end of the day, I don't think a Porsche would have worked for her because there's nothing that really fits her criteria.
No, this is a better choice for her based on what you told me even.
Yeah, I agree there. Andy, it's so cold in here. Why is it back at 71?
Jesus Christ, 71. Do you guys give out jackets to visitors? Christ almighty, I have my house at 77 right now and it feels a little chilly.
Greg said, Jesus Christ, do you give jackets to visitors? Or... yeah, I put it on heat cool, so yeah. So she was looking at Mercedes as well, but I think she came to the same conclusion that I did, where you get in it and you're just like, this is the car I want 10 years from now. Like when I want to go slow, when I want to just chill and kind of drive around.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't see myself in a Mercedes either is part of the problem. Like,
it's how I felt, and I love how it sounds. Like that V8 is just monstrous and glorious. But when I sat down in it, I was like, I don't want to drive this hard.
I can't see myself getting out of it. Like, I don't know. It's not my thing.
Same. But I think this car is awesome. Like I said, it's got diamond stitched fucking Napa leather in it.
The Napa leather the key for me, like, because it's got to be comfortable still.
Oh, it is super comfortable, and this hurts me to say, just a little bit, legitimately faster than the Cayman, like legitimately.
Yeah, in a straight line.
I don't know, man.
You're not.
That Quattro. Whew.
There's a reason why the Cayman is the mid-engine car of choice for sports series. On a track, it's still gonna be quicker.
Yeah, but she'll never drive it like that, and I don't think I will want to autocross it again because it's not mine, and I don't want to be the person that breaks her brand new car, new to her car.
I have not driven any car in this sim in like a month and a half, and the last one I drove was a GR86, and it's the only ones that I've driven in a while. It feels like I'm driving a rocket ship.
That's kind of how I felt getting in this car. Nothing I have driven is even close to this. Even the C7 Daytona, completely different car. So
I think I need to actually put a setup on it. I forgot we're in GT cars now, so setup actually it's going to have some degree of importance. It doesn't have to be great, but it's got to be something. Yeah, fixed is probably not the answer.
but at the end of the day, the garage looks amazing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's not a bad way to go through life right there.
Oh, this car is such a piece of shit. And I love that it is black, and the entire garage is black now. And if we want to go really fast, the Evo will be back hopefully this next week.
It's really funny that you say that. Like, I purposely bought Carrie a white one so that she had a different one. I was like, no, you're gonna have your own. I don't have a Monza Junior setup for this. That's actually sort of surprising. Well, let's just put the Tsukuba setup on it with max wing. I think that is, though. It's probably not the ideal setup for here. I have a feeling
I don't even know what a good time around here is.
Yeah, I don't have anything in this car. I don't think I've actually ever driven the 992 here. It doesn't look like it. It looks like the last time we came here in GT3 cars, we were in the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm with you. I have no idea.
This car is trash through turns 2, 3, and 4. Ooh, that was a little better.
Well, that was a garbage parabolica. I'm only 0.6 of a second off of your last lap, so.
I get up here and get in your draft and see what that's like.
That TC cut sucked. Oh, it is going to take me a little bit to get my head around these cars again. It has been so long since I've been in the sim.
But it was nice to take a little break, though.
Oh yeah, honestly, I enjoy the sim racing, but I need variety, and right now my head is just not interested in the grind that we were doing. So. Gotta be a little bit quicker of a lap. Still not great through the midfield there, or infield, but it's quicker. I got to get rid of some on-throttle understeer, and this could have been even a lot quicker.
Second nor third is good for, was it turn 4 on the back straight? Like, both gears suck in this car.
This setup needs to be tweaked, but I'm starting to get there. It's too understeery on throttle. Oh, TC needs to be less intrusive for that exit, too.
You have TC?
I
What's
think
that like?
maybe not TC. Yeah, it is TC, isn't it? In these cars?
This car, it has it, sorta. It's not good in this car at all.
Not a good lap.
Diversity we have in the GT3 choices today.
Yeah, we'll have to see what people show up with. I imagine we're going to lose a few people because of Mother's Day, too.
Yeah.
.47.8 is my opt, so that's right where you're at right now too. It looks like. So I don't think that car's that slow. I think it's probably picking up a little bit on the straightaways.
Yeah, it's an absolute handful in the twisties, though.
I'm sure it's not going to be good at a lot of other tracks. It would be pretty rough. Here, though, it's so much full throttle time that it kind of makes up for it, I think.
Much low-end torque coming out of Parabolica is a sketchy time.
I don't remember what any of my damn in-car controls are.
You don't need them. Fuck it.
Take a little bit of wing out of it. Take a little bit of front ARB out of it. This is a Zandvoort setup for sure. see. How about... Ooh, there's already not any front ARB in it. Oh, rough. Wow, steer hot. Just see what happens if we take some rear ARB out and take some wing out. Hopefully that'll create some rotation for me on throttle.
I get a better drive, but I lose time in second.
On the inside, I'm on the inside.
Heard.
Sorry, I did a half spin there because I didn't have enough wing. I'll let you go through. I think I may have taken too much wing out of the back for Parabolica.
That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead. Oh, that's on me, man.
No, that's this. I took too much rear. I changed the car too much in that exchange that I did there. It just made the back really bad. Just gonna try a different one of my setups to see.
My braking point was so much earlier than yours and still couldn't get it stopped.
I wondered if that was like a planned. No, it just carried on because it carried on.
Yep. The brakes are not good.
Gotcha.
But I do kind of want to figure out what my speed is at the braking point versus yours. So like going into turn 1, when I hit the brakes, I am doing 155.
All right. I'll have to look and see. Probably it'll take me a lap or two to... trying a different setup to see if it feels a little better. You're doing what speed at the end? 155?
Yeah.
I think I'm in kilometers because I'm at 254.
Hold on, I'll let you know in kilometers here in a second. I have that on my wheel.
Granted, that was on a outlap, so it probably wasn't the greatest exit in the world, but it gave you a little something. Wonder why my wheel is in kilometers.
I don't know, mine is too. It's got to be
that.
SimLab or SimHub. 257 into turn 1.
All right, so I'll let you know if that's any different now. I'm on a little bit warmer tires, so a little bit better exit. Nope, 254 again.
So it's quick. That is enough to have to pull a braking point for sure. And that's going to be even wilder in the draft because this thing it's a slithery little snake.
Yeah, it's pretty quick in the air, it looks like. If I can get Parabolica right, I'm right on. I'm actually slightly above your pace, but I've kind of screwed Parabolica up twice in a row with this. Yeah, I am not getting the anywhere near a 257.
I hate this car, but it is a handful. So I think it's going to make for some interesting racing.
Well, I think here especially because I think you're going to be a goddamn monster on the straights. If you're already going 3 or 4K faster, depending on when that starts, plus a draft.
Yeah. I think I need a little bit more wing. Oh, I also have basically a full tank of gas in here too. I didn't even think about that. I did not have IROCC levels of fuel.
I've got 30 laps worth of fuel in mine.
$19 laps on this stint. I still have 15 laps left. So
you're only slightly heavier than I am. That's about 35 laps, and I had 30.
one hell of a run out of Parabolica. See if that changes the breaking point speed. Yep, 260 into the breaking point.
Oh wow! Yeah, so that's a good bit then. I'll go try to tick a degree of wing out and see if I can get it. All right, still need a little bit more rotation out of you, Mr. Porsche. Just a little bit, please. What do we have? Tune. Diff preload.
Yep, finding that breaking point is going to be difficult, lemon difficult.
Yeah, I could see that.
Especially without somebody murdering me. Because mine's going to be a lot different from y'all's.
Less traction. Or to let me be in charge of my right, please.
I did find some behind the neck headphones, $100, and they do
nice.
the two-way communication stuff. So, you know, if I ever get promoted to like corner captain or something like that.
So, are you gonna do Coda, or are you gonna do What are you thinking?
Are y'all doing Coda?
I think so. I think Coda's the one I have the best shot at doing. I might do both if I can, but yeah, I think I'll probably do Coda.
Fuck it, I'll put Coda on the list.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are going to be around, especially if even one other one is going to do Coda in Vegas, I'll probably sign up for Coda and Vegas as long as I can. Coda, I don't think Carrie will come for. We already talked about that, because she's been there enough that she just said probably wouldn't be worth the headache. I would probably just fly out, do the race, and then fly back. And then Vegas, we would both go out.
The only thing about Coda is accommodations, because they don't hotel us, right?
I don't know. We'd have to see when they did it. I mean,
We'll
they have to
figure it
offer
out.
a hotel of some form. Like, they can't expect every marshal to figure themselves out because they want us all gathering in one place anyway.
Right. And with as much issues that they had with this time, with people even getting on the bus in the hotel that they were all staying in.
Yeah, they would not. They as far as I know, they do not want us living independently if we can avoid it.
Yeah, we'll I'll mark it on the list and let Andy know.
I imagine we'll get information here in the near future. Vegas also might be a tough one for me too, because that is deep into the holiday season, which tends to get complicated.
Right. So I officially accepted the GM position.
Nice. What does that mean other than a little bit more pay? What's your new responsibilities?
Personnel is the biggest thing that they want. They want people meeting the quotas, and I have to set said quotas because none of them are on the ground, so they don't really know. Which is kind of weird to me. Like, y'all are running a business and you don't really know how much
they're not running a business.
Supposed to be making. Yeah,
they're collecting revenue from a business.
Right. So my plan is they're going to tell everybody on Monday. My plan is the first thing I'm going to say is I will be at all of your stations at some point, figuring out what you do, and I will set quotas from there. Basically, your quota is going to be set on somebody brand new, not knowing what the hell is going on, how much they can do within an hour. And
you're going to literally be the meeting with the Bobs from Office Space, but you're just the Bobs.
I am. The biggest thing is what I do like about this, and it's what I loved about the military, is I am the protector, air quotes around that. Management can come talk to me, and I will talk to you.
Well, but you're now management.
The owners, because right now the owners are coming in on random days and yelling at people on the floor, and then they wonder why morale is down and shit doesn't get done.
No, they're now going to expect you to yell at the people on the floor the message that they used to yell at the people on the floor with. Just to be honest with you,
you know me, I don't yell. I will work with you. I don't yell unless I absolutely have to. Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're taking the disciplinary thing that they were doing and they're moving it to you, and you handle the discipline however you want. But that will definitely be something that I'm sure, from the sounds of it, this group is going to be offloading to you.
And I'm perfectly fine with that.
They don't want to do.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that because I'm going to stress to them, like, look, if you do your job, I will be here to protect you all day, every day. They can come talk to me. They can come yell at me. You do what you're supposed to do at the end of the day. Now, if you don't, that's a separate conversation, and that's fine. But so that's step one. Step two is they want me to now, instead of just doing inventory for my stuff in my room, it's inventory for terpenes, distillate, packaging, like everything. I am the inventory guy now, and that's not much more than I was already doing. Now I just have to count 3 rooms instead of 1. So, okay, cool. And what was the other thing? Not necessarily tracking the money that comes in, but tracking and making sure that when the deliveries come back, there is at least money in the folder. I guess that was sort of an issue. I'm not going to ask too many more questions than that, but
yeah,
they just want to make sure they want it to actually be run like a business. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. and the raise helps. It is what I wanted to begin with when I first started. So it took me a little bit to get here, but I'm where I wanted to be. That is the number that I had calculated for my retirement stuff and saving money and getting out of here in 2 years. That's the number that I was using.
Gotcha.
I do think some of the floor people are going to be really pissed, and because they've been there since the start of the company and I've only been there 4 months ish.
Yeah. Oh well,
So,
they'll get over it.
Yeah, there's probably going to be some upset people because one of them, I don't know if I told you the story. Nick, one of the owners, he came in and one of the problem children, she was like, Nick, can I get a raise? Like, I need a raise. I've been here since forever. And his response was, show up on time. Do like the bare minimum. And she's like, I do show up on time. Yeah, you show up, but then you spend 45 minutes sitting in the break room eating breakfast, air quotes around that. The workday starts at 6:30, not 7:15.
We are
And-
getting closer. Setup feeling better for this track.
Biggest thing for me, if I don't like it,
Yeah,
fucking
you just
walk
walk
away.
away.
Like, yeah,
Yep.
that is the coolest feeling. And I know you're pretty much there as well. Like,
I don't have to walk away. I can just not do a great job, and then there's not really anything they can do about it.
right.
That's mine is a little different, but same concept.
If I wake up one morning and I'm like, you know what, this is too much stress for me. Like, I don't want to deal with this. I can just be like, hey guys, I am either gonna roll back into what I was doing before, and if you don't want me to do that, well, I guess I'm just gonna not show up anymore.
Yep. No, I'm within 7/100ths of you. So
That's normal. That checks out.
yeah. So the setup can't be too bad.
I went and stole a Monza specific setup from VRS, which I didn't even think people still use this car in VRS, but hey, it's there.
Interesting. I didn't know that either.
There should be one. I don't know if you still have a VRS account.
I do not, and I'm good. I got a. I'm within 700ths of you, so I'm more continuing to evolve the setup for the fact that I'm sure other Porsche drivers are going to ask me for it.
Yep.
So I may as well have one that feels pretty good for them. I don't think I can make it. I mean, I can make it a little bit faster, I'm sure, but there's a limit to how much time you can gain on this track. I mean, it's 2 corners in a straightaway, basically.
And also, we're both the same. Faster comes with sketchier.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm not going to push it to ultimate speed here because there's no reason for that in IROCC.
Yeah.
What I need to be able to do in IROCC is make aggressive moves in a car that's reasonably quick and survive the aggressive moves to deal with whatever random thing I encounter during the random infield bouts where there were 3 wide when it's only 1.5 lanes of track.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels a little bit more predictable, and I've not even warmed tires yet.
I think I'm going to mess around with the brake bias a little bit and see what happens there. But I'm happy with it.
Yeah, again, good enough was all I was going for, and I can do 47 sevens on repeat now, so...
Oh, I guess I could get out there and we can harass each other and see how that works.
Yeah, probably be good to see how your car runs in the draft, too. I'm curious now to see.
Can't park there, sir.
Oh, don't put your wheels in the grass. It's not a GR86. It doesn't like that. Copy. Thank you.
Hi, Carrie.
Nope. I said copy. Thank you. I saw you flashing your lights for me. Carrie's Carrie's down with her mom doing Mother's Day things.
I didn't even know my lights were flashing because
I think your lights were flat. Were you on a pit limiter, maybe?
I was on a pit limiter.
I bet your
That might
headlights
be
flashed when the pit limiter was on. It feels right to be using this wheel in this car, too, by the way.
Yes, I believe that. All right, I'm firmly into the draft right now.
1.1 back is in the draft.
I think it's about 1. Yeah, this is where you run away from me in that section. Like, I can already see it.
Not a great parabolica.
See, I have to be just a little bit more like fully into it for it to really get it, because you just walk away in the turns. She's spinning. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say you never got closer than like 1-1 the whole time. So I think
Yeah.
let's get you a little closer. Let's try to get like right in the draft and see if that makes it pull harder.
This should be right about good. But dirty air does kind of affect this thing.
So 0.8 back at the start of the straightaway.
Holy shit. 252 kph at the end of this straightaway.
So I mean, you held stable right there, and then you're coming out in the draft. Are you pulling? Yeah, you made a tenth, 2 tenths.
I want to see what it is on this front straight.
So 6 tenths when I start coming back to throttle. 5 tenths. Four tenths.
And then I lose it in the braking because it just doesn't, like, I have to brake so early.
Yeah, because that wasn't a great infield, and I still pulled a tenth on you.
Yep.
Almost 2 tenths by the exit.
It's going to make for an interesting race for sure.
It's got you right on pace, at least with me, like, which I don't know if I'm actually going quick right now or not, because it's been a while, and without you in a car, you know it's hard to have you as a benchmark.
Infield. So this straight's worth about 1/10.5. The back one's worth about 2.5, maybe 3, or the front one, excuse me.
Yeah, and I can't take much more wing out of this car without Parabolica getting really sketchy. So this is about as quick as I'm going to go on the straights in this car. Yeah, you were quick through there that time, though.
I had to check my braking points quite a bit just to try and get it rotated. That was a good Parabolica, and then its rear end started to step.
Hit a big TC cut there, spun him, and then got the TC cut.
That was not on purpose.
No, I was testing something there. So if I diagonal across the braking zone, I can get into the corner about 2.5 tenths up, but it changes the exit so much that it's basically a net zero. But if I'm defending against someone like you, I'm going to do the cut across in the braking zone because it'll prevent you from being able to get that run. And it doesn't actually cost me time. Whereas if you're by yourself, straight line and then swing it in is definitely the quicker way. But like right now, so since you're going to make that move, my braking point is going to be this way, down to this apex. I get there about 1/10 early, but then I lose the 1/10.5 in here.
That's...
That one you got crushed with dirty air, huh? Because you lost about 2/10 on me, and I did not have a great infield.
Back. Let's see what this does. I think this will put me right next to you.
If I don't defend, I won't defend. I'll go this way. That way you can attack it, but I think you're going to be right on me.
Little too late on the brake. Sorry about that.
Oh, we got a 0x. I didn't even see it, though. I didn't feel it. I think it was just maybe a net-coded 0x. I knew that's where you're going to be, because that's the line.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, when you're that close, you're going to get the run in every corner. Out of Parabolica this time, let's switch order.
Okay.
I want to see if next lap, if I can get that same run. Sorry, little snap oversteer while talking to you. That's perfect, because then you'll get the run and I can tuck in behind you. All right, so I'm 5/10 back coming off. You're pulling on me.
Jesus. but you get it back through here. And let's see what this does, because you're 5/10 now, and
Yeah, I
that's
think
fully in the draft.
I may have been a gear too high though, so I may not have had the perfect run because I was trying to adjust for the dirty air. Either way though, like your car is quick in a straight line, bud, because I can't pull on you in the straightaway.
I just have to be a nuisance if I get out front and just park it on every apex.
Yeah, because okay, so this is a decent exit. Half a second, and I can see you pulling me. Even if it's not showing up in the delta, you're pulling away. 6/10. Yeah, bud, your car is fast as shit on a straightaway. Holy shit.
You know?
Holy shit, you're just walking away.
Now, if only I could get this fucking thing to stop, we'd be all right. Leave it to the Americans. I'm spinning. Sorry.
It's all right. I was trying to go around you because I was on I was on the fastest lap sector, so I was like, I'll try to dance it.
Leave it to the Americans that makes a car that goes absolutely bonkers in a straight line, but you can't stop it.
Dude, that thing's fucking shitty fast in a straight line. Like, I'd pull out and you can just see the car getting just ever so slightly smaller as we go down the straightaway, and it's like, oh, that sucks. Let me see if I take a degree of wing out of my car if it's still drivable.
Hey, don't sketch yourself out, man, because you're about to be going through Parabolica with nothing for a rear end like mine.
Yep. We'll see.
And again, I still haven't taken the fuel out of this thing. I think at IROCC levels of fuel, I am just going to disappear off into the distance.
Yeah, you may find that for this track, the Ford GT is the right choice.
Yeah.
I kind of thought, like, there's so much under throttle that as long as you could survive the infield here, that car could be really quick here.
I think the other good one would probably be the McLaren, because it is also good in a straight line.
Very good top speed. Although that one gets there a little bit slower because it's a smaller displacement motor. Yours picks up the throttle, and the torque is very evident very quickly.
And that's why throttle control on this one is kind of a thing. Like through Parabolica, you're probably on the throttle at or just before the apex, right?
Yeah.
Not
right.
in this.
But not full throttle. The Porsche, you have to kind of bring it up slowly on exit still.
This one, it's like 10% throttle at the apex, 20% throttle on like shifting out to the exit, and you don't get to full throttle until you're almost facing the down the straightaway. Anything more than that, and the back end says, "What's up, buddy? I want to be the front."
Yeah, I'm thinking that we'll see when the tires are a little bit. This rear end feels a little bit too twitchy to be a race setup right now.
These times on the board also check out 47.645, 47.660.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think I can go any lower.
You're still on a semi out lap though, because you're only your second lap out, right?
Yeah. So this is I'll go on an actual like push lap, this upcoming lap, and see. But I don't think it's going to quite have the hold. Again, probably doable, but not for IROCC, where you're going to have to do some dumb shit probably mid-corner at least once.
Yep.
Yeah, I think when you come off the brakes, especially, it wants to come around.
Let me see how much wing I even have in this car right now. Oh, I have 0 degrees of wing. Okay. No wonder the back end's trying to step out.
And that would explain why it's a goddamned rocket ship on the straightaway.
Oh, I might have to add a degree or two of this, because I don't think I would survive. How much wing are you running?
9.7 right now. 10.7 was the setup I was just using.
I'm gonna run 2 degrees and see what happens.
I'm gonna run. I was asking, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna run 2.
I don't want to run 9. That seems like counterintuitive for this
and
car.
it's gonna be it's different car by car what those numbers even mean.
Morning, guys.
Hey, good morning.
What up?
How's it going?
So Christian, I see you. I have moved away from the world is flat.
Really?
I say that Andy has moved away from the world is flat. But
I think I saw a picture. Was it the Audi?
yeah, the RS3.
Nice.
So the world is no longer flat, but it does have 5 cylinders, which is an awkward amount.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try dropping one more rear ARB and see if I can keep this wing level because it's about 3 km/h faster at the end of the straightaway. So it might combat a little bit of that stupid speed that your car has on the straightaway.
One other note, Greg, that I forgot to mention. You remember the old school Golf R32?
How old school? Because I had one.
The Wookiee sound with the VR6 in it.
Yep.
This car has that sound. It's so weird. You get on it and it's just straight up Wookiee.
So I watched a whole video. I think Driver 61 did it, talking about why certain exhaust notes sound the way they do, and 5-cylinder cars have the same situation that occurs with the old Formula One cars, and that's why you get the certain sounds is because the ratio of where the firing is coming, and because you have the uneven number in a 5-cylinder, it simulates it like it's a high RPM sounding V10.
Like a B10, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was
We
gonna
have
say
not-
double is 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have not gotten on it like full throttle yet. She's got to figure the car out before we do anything like that. But we got up to probably 5,000, 6,000 RPM, and it was just straight up in the background. She's like, I can never unhear this now, and I'm like, perfect.
Yep. That's the goal. You wanna hear it all. That's the point. Did you disable her radio yet? So she has to listen to the engine note.
Not yet.
My radio doesn't work. What do you mean? All I can hear is engine sounds. Yeah.
The startup in the morning, it doesn't matter what setting you're in, because unlike the Porsche, it remembers what setting you left it in. So if you leave it in dynamic, it will start in dynamic with open headers like all the way through. But on startup, every time there's like 3 pops because it revs it out just enough to get some oil to the top of the cylinder.
Yeah.
And then drops it almost immediately. So you get that nice little burble, and it's every time, and it's glorious.
Oh, not just on cold start.
Yeah, every single time.
That's cool.
Hell, part of me wants to go get the key right now and start it with y'all on the mic.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna get Andy away from her sewing real quick so she can start this thing on mic. Oh, I kind kind of like Andy. She's just smiling with like, yes.
Yeah, I think this setup now. I put one more degree of wing out of it and took a little bit of rear ARB out of it to keep it from trying to kill you. I think it's pretty drivable now.
Nice.
It's not going to keep up with the Ford GT on the streets. That's just not going to happen. But it's got a
Hold
little
on
more.
1 second. She's about to start it. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know how much y'all could hear.
Unfortunately, it was almost completely filtered out by the Discord.
Oh, Discord filtered all of it?
Yeah.
I heard
what a
just the
shit
pop.
show. Oh, dang it. Yeah, actually, I'll record it and just put it in the chat.
Yeah, that's interesting though. So it doesn't have an effect whether it's cold startup or not. It actually just does that sequence every startup, huh?
Every startup.
They were like, we know car people are going to buy these. Just do it.
I mean, if you're
just do it
buying
for
an
the boys.
RS, they know. All right, that's something I'll have to send y'all later. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, true mic recording of it will be better than a Discord.
yeah. What do you mean maximum engine speed is 5,500? Oh, we're gonna have to look into that because that's not a thing that should be. Because I think you redline it like. Oh, it's probably because it's cold. Yeah. Okay. Wow, Audi. So apparently on cold startups, it's like, yo, we're gonna limit you to 5,500 RPM.
I mean, that's good. So you don't end up blowing it up, showing it
Yeah.
off.
So. That is, you know what? They fucking thought of everything. Dang Germans.
Yep.
It's
They
almost like
definitely
this is what they
engineer
do.
things. Yeah.
The push to start button is on the wrong side of the car, but I guess we can't win them all.
I think Porsche is the only one who does the Le Mans start.
They
location
are.
still.
Yep, they are.
I mean, maybe like McLaren or somebody that I don't know of, but I don't think so. I think it's just Porsche.
And it also is on the center console, like not on the dash. So where the selector lever is, it's right next to that.
Oh, gotcha.
Giant red button though, so that's cool.
Yeah. Push the red button. All right, yeah, this setup feels all right. I think I'm good. Quick enough.
Now I'm debating on whether I want to leave it at 0 wing or continue on with my 2 degrees, which feels like it would mean nothing.
Might make it a little bit better in the infield.
Yeah, let's jump on in here.
I was going to say, if you want, I'm coming around. We can do the same test again, too. I'm coming around Parabolica, like, in about 3 seconds. I can pick you up, and you can do the draft test.
Word. I should be able to get my gloves on before then.
I mean, I'm slow. I'll slow roll coming out.
Yep, we're good. We're good. I'm rolling out.
Because Christian's only about 4 seconds back anyway, so we could tag him in.
Oh, already quite a bit more grip on exit there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, a 2 degrees of wing might actually be a decent bit for you.
A lot more grip coming out of Parabolica, too.
I mean, I am a 10th faster than your draft lap now, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's more time in that for you. I don't know if you saw, but I went 47.5, no draft, and your 47.6 was a draft lap, so that means that there's definitely still some time in that car. All right, 7/10 back. You should be pretty close. Although it was inside a half a second is where the draft started working huge for you.
Yeah. Want to get within a half second here.
Yeah, if you're not when we come out of the infield, I'll lift and put it and make it so you are. I'm going to take the long way through the infield though to try to get you on it. Well, I got you a little closer than I wanted, but you're inside a half now. Now let's see if it just wants to absolutely pass me on the front straightaway again.
Oh, I'm already like pulling up on you.
Yep. That thing's still a damn rocket ship in a straight line, huh?
But stopping it is definitely an issue. I'm in the grass. I'm in the grass. So that is not a too wide turn for GT3s at all.
Yeah, I was saying because I was pretty much. I mean, I may have had another foot of road, but I didn't have much.
Definitely not a too wide turn. I'm actually going to go in and adjust fuel levels now, and that 2 degree of wing did not change much. It's still an absolute rocket ship.
Yeah, dude, you took 4/10 out of me on the front straightaway with the draft.
Any laps? Let's see, 24 of them. Okay. What does this do for fuel then? 26. Perfect. Oh,
all
Jordan's
right.
in the Beamer.
It's nice to be back in a car where throttle discipline matters. Even though I'm having a hard time remembering that sometimes, every now and then I'll spin them up. It's like, yes, that's right. I have to pay attention with both of my feet as well as my hands now. I might actually like it better with the wing, 1 degree of wing back in. Or maybe one more tick of front ARB to balance that out in Parabolica.
On the last turn, are you down to third or just fourth?
Usually it's third. So 5th, 4th, 3rd, and accelerate out. But it depends on how well I do with it. I'm going to dart in the pits here and make a change because I dropped it 1 more degree of wing, but I don't think I should have done that. I think that it's hurting its exit in Parabolica. Go get that tick of wing back in. So quickly, everybody is within a half a second of each other. 47.5, 47.6, 48.0, 48.1 on the board time-wise already. I see you guys. Come on, tires, warm up.
Hey, all right. Draft. Lower fuel. 2 degrees of wing. Into the braking point. 257.
That's some pace right there.
That is 257 kph with 2 degrees of wing. Part of me wants to go back down to 0. You know what? I'm happy with my life choices.
Yeah, that car is quick here. Like,
Yep.
That straightaway prowess is going to be very hard for us to deal with.
But like I said, it's got its downsides. It does not do well in turning. and it does not do well at braking. So
No, we have to just not let you get out front and fight. Because if we could let you get out front and then fight behind you and lose the draft, you'll run away.
yeah. New phone, who this?
Misa Jar Jar Binks? I don't know. Good morning.
Good morning. I feel like the Ferrari is going to also be quick in a straight line. Probably not as quick as this one, but
What are you driving?
Ford GT.
Oh, yep, that would do it. Yeah. I thought the McLaren was really fast in a straight line as well.
It is very
Yeah,
fast.
we were talking about that. The Ford gets there quicker, but I think the McLaren's got overall like straight line speed.
Mm.
The BMW ain't bad. I'm chasing Jordan down, and it's quick all around. I think we got good parity here.
It's almost
know,
like
there's-
iRacing did a really good job with the BOP.
Mm.
Oh,
No, I
lost
don't
Jordan
believe
and
you.
Parabolica.
Jordan, I saw Greg push you off. It's fine.
Yep, that was it. From 2/10 back, I got
Yep.
those ejectos Tito Cuz arms.
I wish I could blame him.
I mean, why not? I do. Doesn't matter what it's for.
Yeah, you can blame me. You don't have to be correct to blame someone in IROCC. To be abundantly clear, I blame Bob for shit he didn't do all the time.
Nah, I'll just blame these fucking awful cars.
Not a GT3 guy.
I hate them.
Sorry.
You know what? I thank you for being here, even though you hate them. Like, that means a lot.
You're a downforce car guy, right?
Downforce or just not GT3s. Like, I like the GR86s.
He's downforce or none at all. No one.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, my
that's
vote
actually
was for the
surprisingly
Jetta.
accurate. Because, like, yeah, the Jetta, I'm all for the Jetta. The Jetta would have been fucking sick.
I don't hate the Jetta either. I'm comfortable with that. We've been
People
talking
just
about a
don't
way to
like
maybe
fun.
mix up some of the IROCC stuff to add some downforce stuff in too.
No, that would be a mistake. Jordan would be faster than he already is.
I mean, downforce cars are the one thing that I am probably woefully worst at. Other than I'm okay in a GTP, but that's about it. Everything else, it would be an interesting experience to learn from you guys on that.
It'd just be frustrating. Like, man, those dang British drivers, they just good at this downforce stuff. It's not fair.
I hate that you just drive right up behind me in this car on the straightaways, by the way. Absolutely, this is so fucking irritating that I can be quicker everywhere else on the track. And on the front straightaway alone, that damn car plus the draft is worth 0.3 of a damn second.
Wait 4 back at the start of this, and I think I'm going to be attacking you into the braking zone.
Yeah, I think the reality is that you have to drive this car at all tracks now, so that when we aren't places that are just straightaways, you suffer from it too.
Listen, I'll make this my car. Like, you know I don't mind.
Oh, I know. Like, I got the jump off of that corner. I added a 1/10 to you. We went from 2/10 to 3/10. It's back to 2/10 already.
Just take some wing off.
There's no amount of wing on taking off that's making it keep up with the Ford GT on
I'm not
straightaway.
even in the draft right now, and I am walking you.
Yeah, that car is stupid fast in a straight line.
Did someone order some fucking freedom?
Exactly.
Where's my Mustang? ACC got the Mustang. Where's my Mustang iRacing?
And you are firmly in the draft right now.
Yep, and you're walking away from me. Walking away from me.
I'm already at 5/10 by the end of this turn. All right. If you get a good exit, we'll see what that's about. Oh, I think you washed a little bit, right?
I
All right,
did,
3/10.
but actually that will give me better speed.
It didn't even move. But it's got to be super frustrating in that infield too.
It's not that slow in the infield because it's not that I can tell it's not that composed, but it's so damn fast on acceleration that like it doesn't really matter. Yeah, there's nothing I can do against you. This is ridiculous. We shouldn't have had you take that wing out. I was a 10th quicker than you until we finally started tweaking it, putting the wing in, taking the wing out, taking the fuel out. I wonder if this one hasn't been BOP'd.
I think it has to have because people still use it like in. It's part of the GT3 pack. Like if you just pick GT3,
running?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dude, there's nothing I can do. Like, you just walk 2/10 on every straightaway.
Oh, tires are finally warm and I can grip out of Parabolica too.
I have to go take more wing out of the car. Otherwise, there's no way. It'll just be, you'll just walk away from the pack.
How many laps are the races?
25, I think, today, something like that.
Oh, okay. So I have way too much fuel. Got
20 minutes of driving, but I don't actually know. Is this 2 or 3 races today? Do we know?
I'll jump out of the car here in a second and look. It's about a 10th a lap is what I can pull.
Yeah. I just went faster on that lap than anybody else has on any other lap that they've run, and you still pulled me by a 10th.
The heat is 24 laps. There's a 28 lap consolation. I don't know whether it will even be a thing. And then the feature's 32.
Okay, so
yeah, all 3 of those should be races then. So 32 max for the last race.
So I need to put a little bit of fuel in then. I don't have enough fuel for that. You go do that now so I don't forget, because I only had 30 laps of fuel.
Hey, Jordan, this is a downforce car. It's got some.
It's not necessarily the downforce that's the problem. It's just the way it feels.
That's fair. It is kind of
so little feeling. Like all the, it's so artificial with all the fucking assists. It floats everywhere. I don't like it.
And you're in the Ferrari, right?
The BMW. The only 2 I own are the BMW and the Mercedes, and the Mercedes felt fucking horrendous.
Oh, the Mercedes is trash. But if you're looking for,
it's my favorite one other than the Mustang.
If you're looking for real feel, the Ferrari I think would be up your alley.
Yeah, which I'm not buying it though.
Yeah,
there's no need for me to buy cars that I won't race outside of this setting. So
that's fair.
The only GT3 I'm going to buy in the near future will be the Mustang, and that's just for auditory reasons more than anything.
I'm hoping the Mustang drives like the Ford GT, just an absolute monster on a straightaway and fuck all in the turns.
Honestly,
that's how it is in ACC. So
yeah, but ACC isn't a sim, so
I will slap you
Pew pew. Shots fired.
No, it's just
How does it
a
feel on the
ongoing
controller?
thing.
You know, the way it's meant to be played.
Yeah.
Have you got your HOTAS out for it, or? I've heard the force feedback on those HOTASs are amazing.
And
Yeah, I'll
this
show
is
it to you when
why
you come over.
this is why Sunday IROCC exists right here.
Yeah, where friendships are made and ended.
I don't know if any
And then
on-track
born
thing would
anew afterwards.
I don't know if anything on track would end me and Jordan's friendship.
It would have happened by now.
Yeah.
Speaking of friendships, is Meismer out in Laguna Seca? Did he
Yeah,
finally
he's-
get on his
I don't know whether he came
like
back today or not, but
17-hour delayed flight?
But yes, he did make it. I saw he sent a message that said he was in Laguna Seca doing work.
I mean, as far as flights go, he's got about as much luck as Ed.
Yeah, I'm not ever flying to San Francisco. That's what I learned from Ed
Fuck no.
traveling to F1.
Entire APU broke. No AC on his aircraft. Delayed almost a day. Like, jeez.
All right. I'm bad at tuning, but let's try it out.
All right, I got a little bit more top speed. I got it to 256 by the breaking point now.
Oh.
She's
I
a
was
little.
257 no draft. Like, I didn't even get to see what it was in the draft because I wanted to make sure I didn't murder you into turn one.
Yeah, I'm no draft 256. She is hairy as shit in Parabolica now, though.
Today is a test session, though. I still don't truly know what GT3 I'm going to use.
No, and I haven't been in the rig in over a month, so for me, I'm kind of in the same boat. This is just to get my hands and feet back wet kind of thing.
Giggity.
Heyo. Basically, whatever car is utilized the least, I think is kind of what I'm leaning towards.
I mean, you do have a significant car payment that allows you to choose the Porsche as well.
You're right, and I also now have in the household a significant car payment that allows me to choose the Audi.
That's true.
One of the first things Andy asked me was, "Do I have to root for Nico Hulkenberg now?"
I don't know, but I'm a Lando Norris fan now, officially.
I mean, I think we have to be.
We're
at
part of
this
his
point.
history, you know.
We
so.
are part of his history, 100%. As the video that you sent, I was pointing.
I told you
was showing
that
it
was
to
it. I'm
Andy,
like,
and I was like,
that's it.
"We're in it. That's us."
Yep, you are now forever part of Lando's story.
If I ever see him, I'm be like, "You got your first win because of me."
Well, you know, we told about the story. We told Zach Brown right before the race, "Hey, listen, we like Lando. Don't send him to us again. Tell him to stay out of corner number 1, please."
Fucking truth.
So, like, I'm gonna say that was the advice that gave him the win.
Oh,
Zach was
who
probably
else
like,
said
"Hey,
that? Brennan
those
or Tom?
marshals." It was Brennan who said
Brennan.
that to him. Yep.
And the fact that he won it on pace makes it so much better.
pace and a strategy. Well,
Well,
rather.
Even before the pit stop, he was the fastest car on track.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have caught. He wouldn't have caught him.
No, I
Piastri
think
was
I think that
in
yes,
line.
it definitely required it to go that way. But I liked what was Max's response to that. He did the
If my mom
had
had
balls,
balls, she'd
had
be my
balls,
dad.
my dad.
Yeah.
It's like luck is like 90% of motorsport. But
Yeah.
to say he did it on pace, yeah, he had the pace to capitalize, but he didn't have the pace to win until that.
Let
Yeah.
me live in my fantasy world,
No,
man.
no,
All right.
I think that's fair because that's the on pure outright pace. It's the Red Bull still. Like that's still the
Yeah.
fastest car.
but he had enough pace that he was able to actually be in it and take advantage of something where nobody else has even been able to do that. Like half the time when the damn pits, when we have a safety car come out, Max has got a 38-second lead, so he gets 2 free pit stops in time to order a chicken fucking sandwich.
I will say the luck involved for him getting out, because we watched the safety car come out, watched it, and he
just
had
barely
checked up, and I feel like his radio was like, no, fuck that, keep going. So he could get out in front of the safety car, and the safety car would catch the rest of the field, and he had a lap on him.
I am glad that I'm not standing out in 87-degree heat and sun today, though. It's a nice change over last Sunday.
Surprisingly, the only thing that got burned was my nose.
I didn't have any burns. It was just that was an exhausting 4 days.
If
you guys take a refreshing dip in the marina?
Yes, you can absolutely climb under the tarp if you want.
What was that, Stig?
How'd you guys get into being the marshals? Or
I know Greg.
The chief of North American marshaling works for me out in California.
Nice.
And we had been talking he was out on a work trip out here visiting me for something. And we had been talking the one day, and I said, hey, if you guys ever decide to just ignore all the rules and start letting just random anybody's be marshals, I know some guys. And he laughed and he joked, and then he called me back like 6 weeks later, and he was like, hey, so the FIA has launched this pilot program where I can give people alternative accreditations based upon other experiences they have, and it's like up to like 5 marshals for the season he could do this or something like that with. So I submitted our stuff and said, hey, listen, we've all got on-track experience of some form, one way or shape or another. 3 of the 4 of us have aircraft recovery training for the military, and a bunch of then random individual stuff like radio operator certifications, things like that we talked about. And he was like, submit it, tag yourselves as ZFG Racing, and I'll make sure we pull you through. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And we submitted our stuff. And then, sure as shit, we got the call that we got cleared. We got cleared, we got badged, we got credentialed, and that was what they consider to be a grade 1 assignment to have the turn 1.
Yeah.
And we cleared more cars and more accidents than anybody else that weekend.
One thing. So you're the idiots who couldn't get that Carrera Cup on the.
Oh, first of all, I don't like how you're coming at me.
Actually,
listen, bro.
this is perfect. Oh no, that's great. So Porsche Carrera Cup travels with their own marshal and intervention crew. We are not supposed to help them at all because the FIA does not give a rat's ass about that Porsche Cup. Like, they don't even turn the lights on or anything for that. Like, they are redheaded stepchildren. The accident that you're referring to is really funny because earlier in the day, the giant dude that was walking around out there was talking mad shit about how they don't need any support, that they got this covered, that they're professionals who do this for a living, and don't worry, if we need your help, cleaning up something, we'll call you. So then we got to stand and sit and laugh hysterically at them just fucking that recovery up so bad. And my favorite moment of the whole day, while this is all happening, is over the loudspeakers at the entirety of the circuit when the announcer goes, well, the truck says extraction on the side of it, but that's certainly not what they're doing.
Oh, dude, it was so fucking good.
They came back because they were that crew was actually in our same holding pen, in the turn 1 holding pen with all their gear. They came back. They wouldn't even look at us. They left later on that day. They wouldn't look at us. They left the next morning when they came in. They wouldn't talk to us. And then the first corner of the Carrera Race 2, I don't know if you watched that one, but that 6-car pileup.
Mm-hmm.
They walked out and they immediately turned around and you heard on the radio, request FIA marshal support.
We're going to need some help.
We're going to need some help. And we just casually walked out and we're like, thought you guys had this, huh? It was embarrassing. That was embarrassing yesterday when you guys couldn't get that truck on the thing and they ended the whole race, huh? Don't worry, we'll pick this one up for you.
Oh my goodness, man. And then at the start of the actual race, the big guy, same big dude that was talking a bunch of shit, he came up to 3 or 4 of the marshals and he was like, all right, you guys got this. This is all you, man. This is what you're here for. We're going to sit back. And I'm like, yeah, You probably should. 'Cause
Stay the
the way
fuck
you
out of
fucked
our
it up
way, you
yesterday.
disaster.
like-
Who the hell hooks a car up to try to dragging it on a flatbed too? Like it wasn't even like they were doing anything complex or technical. They were just idiots about how they hooked the car up, and they just kept pulling. Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad that you brought that up because those guys were jackasses, and man, was it fun to watch them fail.
They did kind of warn us beforehand too. They were like, "Hey, the Porsche Carrera Cup it usually ends in tragedy," and the practice and qualifying it went okay, like no real mishaps, and then race 2 just 5 cars in turn 1.
Oh,
and
Sunday
then 2
morning,
more.
though,
Like
they knew that was coming because you heard the race director when she gave us the briefing. So, okay, guys, we're gonna have a Porsche Carrera, and she air quotes race this morning. Be prepared. You're probably gonna be cleaning something up just to start your day. They were a disaster,
Yeah.
but it was fun. Highlight of the weekend, obviously, is getting to handle the McLaren. Like
yeah.
all up in that thing's business. Like I've been inside the cockpit of it now, hands all up over it. We lifted it, we pulled it, we raised it, we retrucked it.
The
And
best
then-
picture we have is Utah's face just in the cockpit cam, dropping
Yeah.
pieces of Lando's car into the
'cause I
cockpit.
had such huge chunks of that car. Their brand new updated floor, I had about 1.5 foot long piece of the side of it. And I'm just like, you guys probably want that back to study. Here's half of your wheel cover that flew off. Yeah, it was fun.
Excellent.
Did
And
you, when you were looking in the cockpit, did you happen to see the phone mount where he keeps AccuWeather constantly on so he doesn't do Sochi again?
Oh my goodness.
Or did you happen to see the third brake pedal?
The secret brake pedal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of any of these things.
Okay,
What
what
was
about
the,
the so-called F duct to stall?
Yeah,
your
that's
wing?
what I was trying to figure out what it was called. The F duct. Yeah.
Yeah, no F ducts yet, but they're
No,
coming. They're talking
there
about
isn't
them
a
coming
hole.
back.
There
Yeah.
not a hole. They call that the glory hole.
I was
Dude.
surprised actually at how small the wheel is. Like it's really, really narrow. Like even though I've seen these cars in person several times before and with people in them and everything, like sticking my head in, being right up all in it and looking at it and going like, oh shit, like that thing is actually really, really small. That's the one thing that kind of blew me away in it. But it was fun and it was neat to be a part of it. And then they liked us so much that the race director said we're like one of the top crews she's ever worked with and has already invited us to do COTA and Vegas too.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it was fun. It was a hell of an experience.
9 out of 10 would do again. And
Yeah,
I
it
only
would-
give it a 9
It
because
was 87 degrees.
I was going to say the Florida sun sucks ass,
Well,
man.
it
It
was
is
87
brutal.
degrees just in general. It was 140
So
on the
is
track.
the new life goal to meet Eduardo Freitas, the goat who saved the 6 hours of Spa.
What
I
happened
didn't-
there?
I know there was a bunch of huge accidents and everything yesterday, right?
No,
I thought they had a
Well,
red
there-
flag.
there were a
because
couple.
they were
There was a couple, but yeah, one of them had like a 2-hour barrier repair, so he just added 2 hours to the race time. Like we're gonna
Oh,
go
I did
racing.
see that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Cool.
That was a possibility.
I
He did
like
it.
that. We're doing soccer rules, so injury time and stoppage time, huh?
Essentially.
Yeah, I like
I
it.
mean, a third of the race would have been red flag. So
Carrera
No, I
Cup
like
could
that
learn a
call.
thing or two about that.
No, get them
The Grand Prix,
off the track.
Yeah, they
Grand
just
Prix
don't
would
need
not
a
have
race.
happened yet if they did that.
Yeah, seriously. No, when they have a yellow flag, we should accelerate to 1.5 times on the clock to incentivize them to drive a little cleaner. Like they are maniacs with those cars. They just
And they
smash
don't
into each
listen to
other
flags.
everywhere. Yeah, they don't listen to flags.
You
they-
say they don't listen. They don't throw any because
There's
they don't have
30
any fucking
people
marshals.
cleaning up a wreck, and they're just yipping by like
Yeah.
it's quali pace.
Yeah, they did not route them through the pits while we were cleaning up that 5 or 6 car accident, and so they were out on the track still, and the entire track was blocked. So they're like weaving in between us, cars, marshals, debris, and they're just and still like, I get pace speed is pace speed, but like 50 mile an hour is really fast to go through a group where there's people cleaning
Yeah.
up your accident. Yeah, it was nuts.
No,
Oh,
you're
I
not
don't
being
know.
sensitive.
Crazy.
I don't know if y'all watched it, but race 1, the Porsche that crashed into the wall and just leaked fluid all the way down the back fucking straightaway.
Yeah.
Like the entire straightaway, he was leaking fluid.
I felt so bad for those guys. That's the shittiest Marshall assignment. You don't
Dude,
get to do
it
anything
is.
cool. You just have to go and spread Speedy Dry out for a mile.
Yeah,
Dude, that would have sucked. But over the mile, you would imagine they would figure out how to use a broom, at least, I guess.
Oh
I guess,
my God,
I guess
that's
we
right.
never did.
We got told we don't know how to use a fucking broom by the
same
same
guys.
marshals that couldn't lift up a car.
They sound like union workers.
They were the
Oh
worst
my
kind
God.
of people.
You know what I was
Listen, when
thinking? Like, you were saying, like, the Porsche zipping by like that quick. That does feel fast. You remember when it was a Gasly that got a penalty for doing full speed past the lift tractor?
Yeah.
And, dude, could you imagine that?
No.
You're just,
well, yeah.
you're just
now
trying
that-
to lift a car and, yo.
I can't fathom it because of the speed that they came by working. So we rotated. We had almost the entire front straightaway, like 3/4 of the front straightaway was our Marshall Post responsibility. So we had our main exit at the wall in the end, and then we had 3 other e-holes we could access through. I did the one race from all the way down at the e-hole just before the braking point. Dude, the amount of air that those cars moved, the amount of hot carbon fiber exploding off the brakes, the hot rubber from them decelerating the cars and everything that's hitting you from that close, like whipping by a car on a lift, I feel like the car would have wanted to start swinging, like a lot of air.
Oh, yeah.
That was the coolest moment of the whole weekend as far as not cleaning up a car for me, was lap 1.5 when they came across the start-finish line for the first time. At absolute full speed, a 20-car pack going less than 6 inches away from me was insane. They should not let us that close. I get it. We're there for the safety, but like, holy shit, that was way too close.
Brandon got hit in the face with a piece of hot carbon fiber.
Oh, like a sizable chunk that I was, like, reacted to it. I was like, oh, shit.
You can't see that brake explosion of dust on TV or even from the stands. I've only ever seen that from being where we were this time. When they hit the brakes in the braking zone, because they're hitting those the carbon ceramic pads and rotors together, they literally fire out a cloud out of each of the brake cooling ducts of hot carbon fiber that was just used to slow the car down. And I've never seen it before, but it's literally like firing hot chunks of molten fiber out the back of the car at you as they hit the brakes.
It was so sick.
Here, I should save this probably, share this setup since you guys, I see there's a couple other Porsches in here. There, if anybody wants the setup that I was using.
Sadly, though, for those on the other side of the pond, it's more difficult to get into marshalling.
You've
they
got a
have
marshalling
a lot
mafia
more
over
rules.
there. Well, and there's a whole
There's
a whole marshalling association you have to join, so you can't skip the line like we did.
It's pretty easy.
To get into the association or to get into F1?
Oh, no, F1, fuck that. I ain't giving a shit about that noise.
Oh, yeah, joining the association is easy. That was the thing. That's the thing. We just got to skip. None of us have SCCA licenses for marshalling or any of that stuff. We're in the UK. They're like, yeah, there is no option. There's a 1,000-person waiting list. Good luck.
Yeah. I thought about doing marshalling, but like Snetterton is like 30 minutes away from me, so I could, but
I don't know that I would want to
watching
do it all
more.
the time for like other series, because I think part of what makes it so fun as F1 is we also then got the equivalent of about $25,000 race seats as a result, because you're right on the thing. And then we got to do the pit walk at night with everybody, with all the Paddock Club members. We got to do the grid walk, so we got to do that, which is like a $10,000 add-on. Like, we just had access to things that in F1, like, you can't get without, spending $100,000 in your weekend.
Kelce.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Travis Kelce was there. Donald Trump was there. All the important people in the world.
Jimmy Butler.
That was a zoo down there during the actual Grand Prix grid walk. But yeah, it was fun.
Did you rewatch Martin's grid walk to see if you appeared on it?
I did not rewatch the grid walk. I did rewatch the race, both of them, because we were kind of busy. It's amazing how much we missed,
Yeah.
including Kevin Magnussen absolutely getting hosed on that first 10-second penalty.
Man, they really hate Kevin Magnussen.
Oh, God,
Why
do they
the
hate him
fuck
for
did
some
he
reason.
get a penalty? I am still in awe.
I have no idea either.
like,
It's literally
why?
the same thing Max Verstappen did later on in the race. Straight lined it, ran over the chicane, nothing. He did it, 10-second penalty.
But even the Logan Sargent thing, like,
That was
why?
Logan's fault.
Yeah, that was
I
Logan's
know I
fault.
am not race control or fully versed in the FIA rules, but he was alongside from turn 1 all the way to when it happened.
Exactly.
How is that his fault?
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
and-
if he dived into that gap, sure, but he'd been there for like fucking 7 seconds.
Yeah.
And funny you say that, because remember, we have our Dropbox now where we have access to all of that stuff. I went and looked up the sporting code for that. I can't see how reviewing the sporting code for the discussing the conditions for causing a collision, how any of them were met by Kevin Magnussen, because of the fact that when, like, just like you said, when the collision occurred, we were 7 seconds after the thing that you could have blamed him on. So it was definitely not the action that resulted in the collision. It's supposed to be the immediate action that results in the collision is determined whether to be a racing incident or not. Like, that was 7 seconds ago. Like, it's not an immediate action.
Hey, Utah, do you have feelings on this? Like strong ones?
A bit. Do you have feelings on this, strong one?
I don't actually.
Okay. Hi,
It just,
welcome.
It just didn't make sense for that penalty situation.
No,
Like-
it makes perfect sense because the FIA hates any racing move that isn't a DRS pass down the straight. Like, what you're actually racing, penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out. I think about it, that absolutely checks out.
Meanwhile, Hamilton sending it from 4 postcodes back in the sprint race was evidently acceptable.
Yeah, he didn't get anything for that.
Yeah, it was fucking
And
hilarious.
caused the collision, correct?
Yep, because he's the
Him
one that
and
put
Lance,
Lando
yeah.
out.
I liked Fernando saying,
Because
"Don't worry,
he's
he won't
British.
get a penalty because he's not Spanish."
Oh,
He's British.
Yeah.
Did you see there was a small study done on Reddit of this guy who looked at like all of the first lap incidents for non-British drivers versus British drivers, and basically the British drivers never ever get penalized for first lap incidents.
Wow.
I mean, it
They
doesn't surprise
have
me.
Passion for racing. Anyway,
That one was that blew my mind though. Like he sent that thing from way the hell
way
back.
back. And
Way
the justification was, oh, there's a gap, I took it.
He had
well,
to be. So wait, as much as I'm not a huge Lewis Hamilton fan, I have to assume that he said that fully aware of also how that other incident ended too.
Right.
Oh,
I think-
yeah.
I think that was a joke. I don't think he was saying I actually sent it because there's a gap. I think that was I did the Senna thing and here I am talking to you early, just like he was. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do Coda. I'm not sure. Brandon, you said Coda. You're a no go for, right? Because you're in Dega.
Yeah, and as you know, because I got picked up for shirt duty, that I'm not sure how my summer's gonna go because my in-laws are coming in, and I might be
Gotcha.
burning a lot more leave in June than I had originally intended.
Just ask for advance leave. It's fine.
Yeah, no,
Probably have to go to your shirt for that.
yeah. I talked to that guy, and he sucks. No.
Yeah, real douchebag, that guy.
But I am planning on Vegas. If I can make one more this year, it'll be Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas is the one that maybe for me. Coda should be easy. October's an pretty easy time of the year for me. Vegas I'll do as long as everything pans out. But Vegas is the one that's a maybe for me.
Gotcha.
But I think I'm gonna go do Coda because it's easy. It's fun. I've been there a ton of times. Carrie won't even fly out for that one. I'll just go out for that one.
Gotcha.
See, what mixture of cars do we have today? I see Porsche, Ford GT.
Who is in the
Porsche,
Ford GT?
Martin.
Don't
Oh
judge
my
me,
God.
sir.
So
Oh my
yeah,
God.
actually, definitely don't judge him because that car on the straightaways right now is a goddamned rocket ship. Like, in the draft, he pulls away from me.
Well, it is shaped like a bullet, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a feeling that if that car will be trash in many, many other places, but here at the Temple of Speed, she quick.
It is a fast car, no doubt about it. But it does not stop at all, ever. And turning is questionable.
Max won the spot 24 in it, didn't he?
Weren't you just shouting about not judging you?
I'm pretty sure Max won the Spa 24 in the Ford GT.
I don't doubt it.
Wasn't that the BMW?
I thought he won it like
Z8?
5 years ago in the
but Max could have won it in a Jetta with a controller.
Oh yeah, but as he did show that he was doing that, right? Like the week after one of the Grand Prix, he was racing on controller and still winning.
Yeah,
he was in a fucking. He was in week 13 in the rain at Lebanon, and he was passing people like they were going backwards on a controller in a hotel room.
Yeah,
fucking hell, man.
And this was during the Grand Prix weekend. This was between sessions.
Yeah. My point was just simply that the car can go quick if you have the talent. Now, the requisite level of talent might be Formula One driver.
Yeah, I don't think I have it, so we'll have to see. I do have to give everyone a fair warning. Utah has already found this out. My breaking point, a lot different than yours. Like a lot.
Yeah,
so,
he's got to break earlier to combat the fact that he's going like 10K faster than we are at the end of the front straightaway.
Okay. These setup changes that I made to this car are not working.
We also recognize that we're all going to try to go... Oh, nice. We're going to try to go too wide into turn 3. Just going to let you know right now it doesn't work at all.
Yeah. Not with that attitude.
It's very difficult to survive. I think it requires somebody giving up halfway through and lifting. You can go into it through, but but continuing through is where it gets difficult.
I'm also trying a new seating position today, so sorry.
I'm sure you'll be okay.
Oh, he's getting his excuses, don't worry.
Yeah, you got to get him in now. Let's see, I haven't driven in like a month. I haven't driven a GT3 car probably for like 4 months, so I'll just use those.
My excuse is that I spent yesterday practicing in the Rari and then decided to drive the Porsche.
Nice. And also, wait here. I'm gonna tilt the degree. Okay, there we go. I moved the back of my seat 1 degree further more upright, so I'm now also using a different seating position.
Also, I've been on ACC all week because of new Mustang.
Sun was in my eyes.
Yeah,
too dark to see.
I'm wearing shorts, and there is a fan blowing cool air right up the legs. I'm also a little hard right now.
I'm slightly distracted.
At least we're all on the same page.
Yeah,
we're race car drivers. We have to have the excuses on quickfire.
Yeah, it's not.
We
my
add all
fault,
of these
right?
excuses up together, and we're even. It's like VOT.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to demonstrate to the other drivers that you're just as inconvenienced as they are, and then we get back to ground zero of okay, well everybody's on the same page. I do like that everybody. Matt just is coming out, so Matt, not excluding you, just I know you're still getting warmed up. In the 47s, so we're 7/10 covering the whole field, despite the cars being faster cars. So that's a good thing.
Thanks for calling me out there. Appreciate that.
Well, I didn't want to be like everybody but Matt. I know why you're not, because you just got in the sim. Like, I'm not gonna be like, if Matt could just keep up, it'd be nice.
Matt, we didn't have such a fucking skill issue.
Yeah, Jesus. How many fans are you blowing on you, Matt? You know, that kind of thing.
Joke's on you, my dick is in a fan. Like, what?
Instructions unclear. I'll be back in for you.
Oh, Brandon, what are you in? The Merc? Is that what you decided on?
That's what I went with.
Oh, I just cannot get the car turned in turn 1.
Merc should be pretty good here, too, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's quick in a straight line, but it doesn't like turning either.
It
No,
does
but
not.
it's. I think the key to the quick in a straight line is not just quick at the top end, but also like that low RPM displacement torque is nice. 'Cause
Yeah.
when it's slow coming through the infield, you jump out a tenth on exit, which gives you that breathing room.
It is just impossible to get to turn in though.
As I'm watching you now, it does look a little lumbering.
I've messed with some of the roll bars and such to try and get rid of some understeer that it has, but
Be right
I
back.
don't know how to tune. This is just showing all my flaws.
You're second.
Exactly.
Part of me really wants to go back down to 0 wing and see what the fuck happens.
oh jeez.
Do it.
I actually tried a low downforce in the Rari, and it wasn't that bad.
I think low downforce in the Rari still gives you some wing.
Its settings also go to -2 degrees.
Oh, let me see if I can go lower than 0. I didn't try that in this. Oh, yes, -2. I'm going out on track. We're gonna see what happens here.
We're about to see you buried in a barrier in like 2 minutes. Probably not even that.
It's too bad you can't actually catch the car on fire in the game, because I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen next.
You're
Yeah,
going to do
it's
the
on the
Leclerc
Monza.
line on the exit of Parabolica.
I am here for this. I want to see
No.
how this goes.
See, I spin this car too. Maybe I just suck.
You're in a Ferrari, right?
Yeah.
Spinala.
Ah, yes.
All right, 257 was the max on the front straight for this car with 2 degrees of wing.
257, no draft.
No draft. Yep.
Yeah, that's about all. I don't think we're gonna quite. I got 256, but it takes me a little bit longer to get there. I think. Much more I can do to this to make it.
Well, the rear end's lively, so this is gonna be great.
I'm just clicking random buttons, seeing what happens.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Oh, who's in the? Is that a McLaren I just saw roll by me?
No. It's Ferrari.
Was it?
Ferrari.
More than you can afford, pal.
It is.
You remember how sketchy Parabolica was for you, Greg?
Yeah.
Already spun once.
Nice. I think I may have just gone the wrong direction with the front end of this car, trying to balance it out. So, be forewarned, I might push really, really hard. Yep. And then when I tried to bring it back, I realized as I'm coming out of the pits, I'm like, I just took those things in the wrong direction.
I feel like the Porsche is just able to get the power down so much quicker than I am. I hate it.
Yeah, Porsche
They can
does
get
Porsche
right on
things.
Christian's bumper and then he just takes off.
Phew, well, wait till you get behind the Ford GT, bud. The most frustrating thing in the world on this track is I would be quicker to throttle and on the gas faster than Bob was, and then within 100 yards he would just start walking away anyways.
260.
260
Yeah.
You got up to 260 miles an hour?
kilometers.
KPH.
Oh,
But
I was gonna say,
still.
what the hell?
Yeah.
That's still like
260 going
5
into
to
the braking
7 faster
zone.
than we are.
It's uncontrollable though. I can't even turn it in the midfield. Because the second I do, the back end just walks away.
Zero wing to see what it would do?
I went to -2 to see what that would do.
Yeah, because you want the rear end to actually lift off the ground. That makes sense.
Nope.
Whatever this setup is, Utah, I don't like it.
Perfect.
Sounds like
And my
when
goal
he
was
gives me a
achieved.
setup. I was still very surprised that Opmo, when I would give my setup in the C7, they'd all be like, yeah, I like this. This is good. I was not used to hearing that.
Turns out it's just the baseline too.
Sorry, but I carry a lot more speed through that Apex, and I was trying to slow down,
Yeah.
but it was just not going to work.
All good.
That's my fault.
I thought I might have turned in a little late as well, knowing you were right there too. All good.
All right, let's try this variant.
Yeah, I'm with whoever said a minute ago that you're just hitting buttons at that point. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the setup now, too. Trying to find ways to combat being 5 kph down. I don't know really what that's going to be worth.
Yep. And these changes I made don't feel like they're working.
I'm catching you, so I would say no.
Yeah. Computer says no.
Something back in it, and I would drop it back down to 258.
Too far off in the BMW, actually, in terms of top speed. I think I'm hitting like 257.
Yeah, I can
All
get
right.
256. Had to make the car a bit of a much to handle in the high speed stuff by dropping the wing out of it, but I think 56 is the best I'm going to get without going extreme. Oh, I saw 257 for a millisecond on that one. You must have made a mistake there, right, Bob?
Did
I was gonna say because like all of a
put you in
sudden,
the draft.
yeah, all of a sudden I'm right up on your butthole.
Oh boy.
Are those speeds you're calling out? Is that into turn one or?
Yeah,
Yeah, into turn one.
Yeah, I'm doing 257 into turn one.
And I still barely got it slowed.
here's where it does its thing. Holy shit, you're out of the draft and passing me! That thing just climbs up to speed so fast. Hold your ass on the inside, so you have to use that shitty traction at least for a little bit.
Oh.
All right, I've now got a setup which can at least fight with you. It's compromised my overall lap times, I think, but I think it makes it so that it's quick in the places that it needs to be to make your life a little bit more difficult.
I'm glad that that's your setup goals.
Yeah, I'm not trying to win
the right
the race.
way round.
I'm just trying to beat him.
I'm not even hearing you say beat him. I'm just saying here make your life difficult.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even
I
need to
want
necessarily
to be
win.
an inconvenience.
Yeah, if I can leave knowing that I made Bob's life a little bit more difficult for a few minutes, like that's a good Sunday to me.
Ultimate definition of I don't care about winning. I just want him to lose.
Right.
Hey, sorry, we have a no politics
friendship.
rule.
You know how friends are about each other, just trying to ruin each other's life, even if it doesn't benefit them directly.
Yep. That is exactly how it works.
I may be unhappy, but he's unhappier.
Yep, exactly. I think I heard a little JD and Jordan doing the same thing earlier. So
Maybe.
like I said, it's what Sundays are for.
Hey, fellas.
It's a friendship built on hatred.
What up? You're here early?
I know.
No
Technically,
bowling today?
well, we went bowling, but I guess the league's not going to start for another few weeks. They're waiting to get more teams to sign up. So I was like, all right, cool.
Nice.
So we bowled 2 games, and then we came on home.
Nice. Well, welcome. You've
Thank
got about
you.
20 minutes to get a little underneath you, a little pace underneath you.
I guess my job would be to beat Stig. I see Stig out here putting in stuff. Since he's trying to get all extra fast on me, I gotta catch him.
Oh no! Oh
That
no!
was 3 turn-ins to that corner.
I almost brought the Lambo out, but
Turn in.
I should have brought the Lambo out. But it's all right.
You're going to get 0.4 of a second on this straightaway on me because of where you were in the draft? Fuck off.
But
See,
again,
Bob done
like, I
brought
can't
out the
pass you
Ford.
through here.
Yep.
That's different. The student driver, I love it.
I just didn't want anybody stealing my setups.
Man, I just cannot. I'm having trouble with this track. I cannot get in the 47s.
Found myself getting pace at this track during the race for some
I
reason.
have noticed in many sessions here that the pace of the average person gets much quicker during the race too. Not just for
Yeah.
draft purposes, but like people just seem to find pace here during the race.
No, I get it. I'm just like that complex after. I guess the turn 2-3 complex. I end up losing like basically. I just lost like a full second on Jordan, for example. Just in that complex.
Oh, that's on me.
No, it's I hit the TC on the exit and that slowed me up. That's what caused it. Yes, you ran into me, but it was really started by my TC.
Matt, I'm gonna watch your lap here and see what I can see.
Oh, I'm just changing setups. So hold on, let me go back to the setup I was running. You can tell me what I'm
Well,
doing.
I'm gonna jump on board for your quick lap and see what's going on.
Little less TC intervention, please.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh. Okay. What am I doing, Brandon?
So,
Oh,
So one thing that's going to help you, Matt, turn 1, you're dropping down into first. Try and maintain it in second because that short shift, I think, is killing a lot of your speed.
Okay.
Get back on board with you here. Yeah, if you slow down your downshifts just a little bit so that you're basically at the apex in second, that's going to help you out as well.
Okay.
Let's try that.
And then throttle control through turns 2 and 3. I don't know if you're on the brakes going through there. For turn 2, if memory serves for me, you can dab the brakes, but you don't need to like stab them and hold on to them.
Yeah, I'm not
Just
holding brakes at
enough.
all.
Okay. Yeah, just enough to get the rotation in.
Of course, I spin it.
And then the other thing for turn 3 is just when you're getting on the throttle. I think you can get on it a little bit earlier and use the bump of the grass on the right to force you out to the left-hand side.
So cut more of turn 3 then, is what you're saying?
Yes, but
Okay.
it's a pretty thin line of how much you can cut. Too much and it'll just shoot you into the wall.
Yeah.
Too little and you won't get that rotation. So play with it for a couple different lines and see if you can find that sweet spot of getting it to push you out.
Yep.
If you jump on board with Utah's lap number 50, you can kind of see that setup and how to set that turn 3 up properly. Yeah, he's got that line almost perfect on his lap 50.
I take a little less of the grass in this car than you guys do in some of the other cars too, because of the Porsche's natural tendency to want to rotate under throttle. So I don't have to use quite as much grass. I can kind of rotate it with the throttle.
On the back end.
Of course, I got damage.
Utah's lap 50. Let's go find it.
Yeah. Biggest thing right now that I see just off the top is turn 1, try not to get down into first. I think you're losing a lot of speed going down into first.
Okay.
Yeah, even in the GT, I don't drop down that far. I'm still in second.
I don't have Utah's lap 50. I didn't
Oh,
join
you
in
might have
time.
joined after that.
But yeah. What's another good lap?
I have back to lap 82 for him.
82.
There's going to be a lot of weird
his-
laps in there because I've been
Yeah.
screwing with setups for different purposes. So
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Ooh,
Happy Mother's Day.
88 might be okay. That was a
Happy
47
Mother's Day.
6.
would
Yeah,
take
I was
that.
looking at 88, but you were defending against me for 88.
Oh, okay, so it was just quick because I had to be quick in front of you.
I'm just having trouble getting below 48 at all. So like even a 47.6 would be happy. Something I would be happy with.
Yeah, you can watch his lap 88. His lines are still good. The only differing one would be his line into turn 1, and that's because I'm on his outside. But the gearing, I think, is still correct. Yeah, gearing is still correct for his turn 1, and the rest of his line is still good.
All right, I'll take a watch.
Mr. Chess, how are you?
I'm good. How's it going?
Can't complain. Another wonderful Sunday.
Hey, you're finally back in
Indeed.
the voice track and say congrats, Bob, on everything. The car,
Appreciate
the
it, sir.
Everything.
Appreciate it, man. Life is it's doing all right.
Good to hear.
I do have to say, full disclosure, that car is not mine, no matter how much I want it to be.
I'm watching your lap 88, Utah, and you don't touch any of the grass on the exit turn 3.
That's what I was going to say. Like, a lot of these guys, they'll clip it. If I do it perfectly, I'm actually just touching the white. Because in the Porsche, if you get on that grass at all, it kind of wants to throw the rear end around. That's what I was saying. I know there's track marks you can see through there where the other guys have run over the grass. I wouldn't recommend doing that in the Porsche. It will pitch the rear end pretty hard on you, which is what Bob needs in that gigantic boat of a GT he's in. So that would be a difference where I was thinking the same thing. Like, I won't question the guy who's got me by 2/10 right now, but I don't try to hit the grass.
Jordan's figured it out.
I think you're carrying less speed into turn 2 than I am, and it's getting you a far better exit out of 3.
That would make sense. I'm thinking about the exit to 3 as soon as I get slowed down to 1, because there's not much time to be made in the middle, so that would make sense.
I think I'm being too aggressive out of 1, and I'm ending up compromising 3 when I do that.
Yeah, but it cause you push to the right before 3, so you're swinging back left hard. Yeah, try to stay to the left coming out of 2. Whatever that means for the rest of the combo for you, that's probably going to be worth a good bit of time for you.
All right, I'm going to try that. Also, watching other people's laps to figure out what they're doing when you can't see your own is hard.
Yeah, having to remember, like, exactly where do I hit that?
48.123. That was your bus.
Because I want to watch it and be like, I'm doing everything that he's doing, and sure, I mean, but that's definitely not what's happening. So.
I think it's one of those seat time things and data analysis things that I've been looking at telemetry and driving for so long, where I'm just like, oh, I know I didn't do that while I was in there, so got to figure that part out.
Well,
I can do it better if I can see the car.
Yeah, I'm also very good at knowing what I'm supposed to do, not always the best at reproducing that. Go figure. Probably why they let us pick up broken Formula 1 cars, not drive them, right?
Fucking truth. I'm still waiting on you to be calling in launch codes. Turn 3, waiting for it to happen. Or not calling in launch codes, telling Jim to call in launch codes.
One of our safety officers.
What did Chess come in? The Audi. All right, we've got a full spattering of a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I figured the Audi would be unrepresented.
What pieces of cars were you guys picking up during the Miami race?
We were in turn 1, so we had all of Lando Norris, that incident, and then a whole bunch of Porsches at different points.
Nice.
Speaking of that, did you bring home the air duct?
Yeah, I have the air duct, yep.
Nice.
Utah, I have your
thing.
McLaren piece.
The thing.
Yep.
The thing that we definitely don't have.
Right.
That would be inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
I gotta mail it to you.
I did not figure it was waking you up worth that Monday morning for that.
Well, for whatever reason, I thought you were gonna hang out longer. So when I woke up and I saw that you were packing up and leaving, I was like, oh shit.
I thought about it, and then I got up, and I'm like, I feel like a bus hit me. We've been going crazy. I knew Bob they were going to do some West Palm Beach stuff, and I was like, everybody should enjoy your sleep. I'm the idiot who's up super early. Let me just do my thing and get on out.
Yeah.
I think the traction control might be kicking in too much for me.
That was interesting there, JD.
Yeah. Skill issue.
You definitely warmed up those tires, though.
Yeah.
Utah, you had to turn your traction control down, right? Because
I've been playing with it in different ways. Yeah, I had it at 3. I liked it. 5 is okay too. They're just different ways. But yeah, either way, it's a bit invasive at this track, no matter what.
I just had it at 5, and coming out of 3, it feels really invasive. So I'm going to crank it down to 3 and see what happens.
Yeah, 3, I was a little happier in the infield. You have to be a little more disciplined because it'll spin them up easier, but it didn't kick in as often, which was I was preferring.
And I'm still over here like, y'all got traction control?
What's that?
I need to look and see how much older this car is versus y'all's. It's got to be like 10 years, isn't it?
I believe so, but it wasn't
The Ford?
Yeah.
Ford GT. I don't. Geez, the last time they actually.
The Ford, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And I don't even know. Like and it was an older car. Like when they scanned it and added it, it had actually been around in real life for a while too.
Yeah.
It was originally a GT1 converted to a GT2, and then iRacing made it into a GT3. So.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No wonder the traction control and fucking ABS doesn't work on this damn thing.
Yeah, it was never meant to race in GT3s.
There we go. Personal best. All right. This feels better.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
Let's try out.
Jordan, go away. You're not supposed to be like less than a tenth.
I don't know how I did that.
I thought you hated these cars, man.
I fucking can't stand it.
I can't stand these cars, but I'm still stupid fast in them. Fucking hell.
I will not be able to do that again.
47.9. There we go.
That's good. And repeatability is going to